What is up, guys? Game Boy Unadvanced here. I'm back at you with another video today. Now before I get started, could you please leave a like and subscribe? It'll mean a ton. Just go ahead and do that right now. Thank you if you have done so already. Now first off, let's get started with the topic, and that is Rorschach. Now Rorschach is the main the character that we all want in Fighter Pack 4. If there will be one, we want Rorschach, and the reason we want Rorschach because he is the most likely to promotion. Like, I really feel at this point everybody just completely forgot about Beast Boy, and a few people forgot about Spawn, but all you hear mostly is Rorschach around a lot. Of Rorschach and Constantine, yeah, that's who we really want for Fighter Pack. And the reason that is because of that silhouette, and they really teased us bad because they knew those were the two characters that we wanted, and those were the characters that could have been it. But we got the Ninja Turtles, and NetherRealm isn't doing a very good job with their surprise factor. They always trying to surprise us, but the fact is they only surprised us with two characters. That was Hellboy and the Ninja Turtles. And the reason for that actually being because they look nothing like their silhouettes. So they didn't really surprise us, they just really, they offered us cake with icing, but we didn't get the icing. That's really what happened. Because I'm fine with the characters that we have, it's just really the fact that they teased us with greater characters than we actually wanted. So that's just really, a really separate subject. So let's go ahead and get started into why the Watchmen will never be inside of Injustice 2. Well, they might not be inside of Injustice 2 because anything is possible. This is a whole nother universe. They can do whatever they want. If they can let the Captain Cold take a punch from Superman, they can do it. So let's go ahead and get started. Rorschach will not be in the game, mainly because of the Doomsday Clock. Now Doomsday Clock hasn't come out yet. Now I'm not gonna this is really way off. I doubt this is really true, but the Doomsday Clock could have a lot in store for Rorschach, a lot more than we expect. It maybe give him a little ability or whatever, and the fact, like, if we put that in the game, it would really spoil it for the comic book. Or it's not in the game, they just do whatever they want with Rorschach, and it's in the comic book, something's gonna be up. So the comic book isn't out yet, and I really believe that's what a small bit of it is based about, but it's probably not, very unlikely. But that's just something that I thought of a few minutes ago, because I'm really going through this in my mind, really thinking about it. So let's go ahead and get on to a more serious reason, and that being the gear. Now his gear is pretty simple. It's a little bit more complex than the Joker's. The Joker's generic style is really just his coat and his pants, and that's about it. Coat, nice suits, that's what Joker wears. And in Injustice 2, like, Joker has had many different styles, different outfits, different things for DC to look back on, NetherRealm, I mean, to look back on and research and put that into the game however they want. Like Joker, he is the Joker, he has the Joker cards, he throws them at you. Speaking of Joker cards, why are they in Injustice 2 where you can throw them? That would be very cool if they were. So that's very off subject, that's way off subject. Let's go ahead and get back into it. Like with the Joker's gear, they gave him the Joker hat or whatever, and they gave him this bunch of paint, because that's what he's based off of over the years, I believe, of the Joker. He just been a face paint guy, very goofy guy. His style, his fighting style is not really serious, especially with his crazy run, and nothing, it's really all works fine with the Joker because he is the Joker. And I really think NetherRealm utilizes that and make his fighting style very suited toward him. But if you look at Rorschach, on the other hand, Rorschach is very brutal, and he really doesn't have any unique fighting style. He's just a street brawler, whatever, and he really just goes in for the punch and does what he does without any training, I believe. He's just the guy that just so happens to be able to throw a punch and take a punch. But that, and all DC could look off of are the Watchmen comics, And the movie didn't give us a whole lot of Rorschach either, you know. Like, yeah, he did have his moments, but it wasn't really anything too serious. And the fact that he can actually fight and be inside of Injustice 2 and have this fighting style, because every character's fighting style is unique in their own way. That's because NetherRealm looks at it and they do research on the characters, find out their attitude, you know, and really put that into the game. So that's why I don't think really Rorschach will be really fitting into that, you know, because he doesn't have a fighting style. He just goes out there. Like, anybody can fight like Rorschach, if you ask me. Anybody can. Well, if you're strong as Rorschach, you know, but anybody can. So I'm gonna get off that subject. It's really just simplified. It just wouldn't work because of how simple he is. So let's go ahead. Yeah, he's just way too simple. So gear, fighting style, that's another reason. Those are the reasons I believe he won't be in the game. So let's go ahead and move on to another Watchmen character, and that is the one that we were, you know, secondary tape. We didn't really want him. You know, whenever there was even people talking about him being in the game, nobody wanted him, and that is Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan is basically a god. He is more powerful than Superman in every way, and he is basically a being of pure energy. Whatever he is, I'm not really a Watchmen fan at all. I just know my stuff a little bit. So yeah, that's why I don't think he'll be fitting for Injustice 2. Now, the fact that they can't fit Superman and Darkseid in Injustice 2, they could, and how much weaker they really are. But every character is taken down from their prime just a little bit. Flash is not as fast as he is at his prime. Superman is not at his prime. Nobody on this game is at their prime except Batman and Robin. But you know, anybody that has superpowers and have exceeded their limits and would easily kill everybody with one punch, you know, they had Injustice, you know, they tweaked them down so they won't, it's not really realistic to their comic books. So you know, Dr. Manhattan could have been a possibility, but like with Rorschach, you know, their gear and their fighting style, I never seen Dr. Manhattan fight before. Does he fight? I'm not curious. I'm very curious. I don't know why I said I'm not curious. But I'm very curious. Does he even fight? You know, what could they use off that? And his gear, Dr. Manhattan doesn't really wear anything, I believe, because I remember the movie and a very, very haunting moments in that movie. But he doesn't have anything that he is wearing. He's not wearing a single thing. So how would they do his gear? You know, it wouldn't work. So that's another reason why. And a reason why they didn't do the other characters like Night Owl, very similar to Batman. You know, that could have easily been a premiere skin if they were to do that. I'd be very mad. You know, I wouldn't be disappointed. I'd just be mad. You know, the opposite of the saying. I'd just be very mad, very, very mad. So let's go ahead and the comedian and heroine characters that I forget their name. The reason for that being is they are not as famous as some of the other Watchmen characters that they are. Like with the comedian, if we were to get one of these guys, you know, a male hero from the Watchmen series, people would be complaining because we didn't get Rorschach. You know, people complain, and that's what would happen. So that's why we're definitely not going to get one of those guys, because they're not as famous and nobody really wants them. And the reason we won't be getting a female character is, you know, it's really the Watchmen is really about the fighting style, you know. But I could really see the comedian and Night Owl doing their own little thing, you know, because they actually have some fight scenes in the Watchmen movie, and that's really what I know about this comic book. But you know, just keep going past that, you know, with a female character inside the game. There are so many other DC females that we actually want inside of Injustice 2, and like I would easily take a Watchmen female over Enchantress, because I hate Enchantress. I'll make a video about that later. I just hate Enchantress. Enchantress can be in some other game. I don't want her inside of Injustice 2. But you know, there are way more famous female characters, and Watchmen is not a very well known series. Like, well, it's known, like millions of people know it, but it's not as famous, you know. It's not quite up there with the big boys with the main Justice League, you know, or other comic books. It's not, but people will have heard about it though. I'm pretty sure plenty of people have. So, and if you get a character that nobody really knows about, then people will get mad, and you know it's not gonna sell right because nobody knows this character. And that's really, you gotta think about what Injustice. That's probably the main thing that they're thinking about. If we can't sell this character, then they just shouldn't be in the game if we're not gonna be able to sell this character. So that's probably another reason why they can't get these other characters in the game. So yeah, that's why I believe the Watchmen would never work inside of Injustice 2, because it's just the comic book itself. It never really worked for me, you know. Well, it wouldn't really work for Injustice, and I can't really see how it would work. Now, another realm, they could be very creative and create their own fighting style for these characters, but I don't think it will work right. Maybe they could make it, you know, interesting and make it make sense, but I find that highly unlikely, you know. But it could work. But I'm just gonna stick on the safe side and say he's not gonna be in Injustice 2, just because of the reasons, the facts that I just stated, you know. So yeah, that's one of the main reasons. So I'm just gonna get this combo in. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, guys, give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy the video, very sorry, but give it a thumbs up for good luck. And if you watch the video from beginning to end, you know, probably could you like my videos, leave a like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, kind of make videos like this weekly, if not daily.